Who's the real king of bodybuilding and fat loss? Is it protein? Is it the perfect workout split? Is it cardio, CrossFit, fasting, keto, carnivore, or the newest supplement everyone is talking about? What if the answer is something far less exciting, but far more powerful? Every time you lift weights, run, walk, breathe, talk, digest food, or simply stay alive, your body is using calories. Every diet, healthy or unhealthy, low carb or high carb, fasting or traditional eating, still delivers calories. And the way you control those calories determines whether you lose fat, gain muscle, maintain your physique, or slowly move away from your goals. Most people spend years searching for the perfect workout. Very few truly understand the energy system that controls the entire game. This is the story of why calories may be the real king of bodybuilding and fat loss. The biggest fitness myth. Walk into almost any gym and you'll hear the same conversations. What's the best fat-burning exercise? Should I do fasted cardio? Is keto better than low fat? Which supplement builds muscle the fastest? These questions sound important, but they often ignore the foundation that sits underneath all of them. Energy balance. Imagine trying to build a house while arguing about the color of the walls before the foundation exists. That's what many fitness journeys look like. People obsess over meal timing, fat burners, detox teas, and advanced training techniques while completely misunderstanding the one variable that influences body weight more than anything else. How much energy enters the body versus how much energy leaves it. This does not mean calories are the only thing that matters. Protein matters, training matters, recovery matters, sleep matters, hormones matter. But calories determine the direction. Everything else influences the quality of the result. A useful way to remember this is calories decide whether you gain, lose, or maintain weight. Training decides what that weight looks like. That distinction changes everything. What is a calorie? A calorie is simply a unit of energy. More specifically, in nutrition, we usually use kilocalories, the amount of energy required to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water by 1 degree Celsius. When you eat food, you are not just eating chicken, rice, bread, or vegetables. You are eating stored energy. Protein, 4 calories per gram. Carbohydrates, 4 calories per gram. Fat, 9 calories per gram. Alcohol, 7 calories per gram. Your body uses this energy to perform every process necessary for survival. Pumping blood, breathing, maintaining body temperature, repairing tissues, supporting brain function, moving your muscles, digesting food, and recovering from training. The important realization is this: calories are not inherently good or bad. They are energy. Just like electricity can power a hospital or a dangerous machine, calories can support health and performance or contribute to obesity and disease depending on how much is consumed relative to how much is used. The invisible calorie burn. Most people think calorie burning happens mainly during workouts. In reality, exercise is often a smaller piece of the puzzle than expected. Your total daily calorie expenditure is made up of several components. 1. Basal metabolic rate, BMR. This is the energy your body uses at complete rest. Even if you stayed in bed all day, your body would still burn calories to keep you alive. For many people, 60 to 70% of daily calorie expenditure comes from BMR alone. 2. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis, NEAT. This includes all the movement that isn't considered formal exercise, such as walking around the house, standing, cooking, cleaning, fidgeting, taking the stairs, carrying groceries, or even pacing while talking on the phone. This is the part that surprises people the most. Two individuals of the same age, height, and weight can differ by hundreds of calories per day simply because one moves more throughout the day. 3. Exercise activity. This includes structured forms of exercise such as weight training, running, cycling, swimming, sports, CrossFit, martial arts, and many other organized workouts. 4. Thermic effect of food. Digesting food also requires energy. Protein has the highest thermic effect, meaning your body uses more energy to digest it compared to fats or carbohydrates. So yes, even eating burns calories. The key takeaway is powerful. You are burning calories every minute of every day, even when you're doing absolutely nothing that looks like exercise. Maintenance calories explained. This is the concept that can completely transform someone's fitness journey. What are maintenance calories? Maintenance calories are the number of calories you need to consume to keep your body weight relatively stable. If you eat approximately the same number of calories that you burn, your weight will tend to stay within a small range. Think of maintenance as your body's energy equilibrium. Understanding this number is critical because every physique goal is built around it. If your goal is fat loss, you need to eat below your maintenance calories. If your goal is muscle gain, you generally need to eat above maintenance. And if you want to maintain your current body weight, you'll need to eat around your maintenance calories. Without knowing your maintenance level, dieting becomes little more than guesswork. How to estimate maintenance calories? Step 1. Calculate BMR. A widely used formula is the Mifflin-St. Jeor equation to estimate your maintenance calories. The first step is to calculate your basal metabolic rate, also known as your BMR. Your BMR is the number of calories your body burns each day just to keep you alive. For men, multiply your body weight in kilograms by 10. Then multiply your height in centimeters by 6.25. Subtract your age multiplied by 5. And finally, add 5. For women, the calculation is almost identical. Multiply your body weight in kilograms by 10. Multiply your height in centimeters by 6.25. Subtract your age multiplied by 5. And instead of adding 5, subtract 161. Let's look at an example. Imagine a 27-year-old man who weighs 80 kilograms and is 170 centimeters tall. Using the formula, his estimated basal metabolic rate is approximately 1,733 calories per day. But remember, your BMR only tells you how many calories your body burns at complete rest. To estimate how many calories you burn in an average day, you need to multiply your BMR by an activity factor. If you're sedentary, multiply it by 1.2. If you're lightly active, multiply it by 1.375. If you're moderately active, multiply it by 1.55. If you're very active, multiply it by 1.725. And if you're extremely active, multiply it by 1.9. So, if our example person trains 4 to 5 times per week and has a moderately active lifestyle, we multiply 1,733 by 1.55. That gives us approximately 2,686 calories per day. And that becomes his estimated maintenance calorie intake. The number of calories he needs to eat each day to maintain his current body weight. Why estimates are not enough? Here is an important truth. Calorie calculators are only starting points. Your real maintenance depends on genetics, muscle mass, daily movement, occupation, stress levels, sleep quality, and even seasonal changes in activity. The most accurate method is body weight tracking, the 14-day method. First step, Weigh yourself every morning after using the bathroom. Second step, eat roughly the same number of calories each day. Third step, track your weight for 14 days. And the last step, calculate the average weekly weight. If the average stays the same, you are near maintenance. If weight increases, you are in a surplus. If weight decreases, you are in a deficit. This is how coaches and experienced bodybuilders often identify true maintenance calories in the real world. Fat loss, the real mechanism. This is where many people become confused. Fat loss does not happen because a food is clean. It does not happen because you sweat more. It does not happen because a workout feels intense. Fat loss happens when the body must obtain energy from stored tissue because energy intake is lower than energy expenditure. That stored tissue is primarily body fat. Let's look at a practical example. Imagine your maintenance calorie intake is 2,700 calories per day. If you consistently eat 2,200 calories each day, you create a daily calorie deficit of 500 calories. Over the course of a week, that adds up to a weekly calorie deficit of 3,500 calories. Since roughly 3,500 calories correspond to about 1 pound of fat, you would expect approximately 1 pound of weight loss per week on average. The process is not perfectly linear because water weight fluctuates, but the underlying principle remains remarkably consistent. Body fat percentage changes the strategy. A person with 10% body fat should not follow the same dieting strategy as someone with 30% body fat. The amount of body fat you carry can influence how aggressive your calorie deficit should be. Let's start with people who have a higher body fat percentage, around 25 to 35%. The main goals here are to lose body fat, preserve as much muscle as possible, and improve overall health. In many cases, these individuals can tolerate a larger calorie deficit, typically around 20 to 25% below their maintenance calories. For example, if someone's maintenance is 2,800 calories per day, their fat loss target would be approximately 2,100 to 2,250 calories per day. Now let's look at people with a moderate body fat percentage, around 15 to 25%. This is where many recreational lifters fall. For this group, a more moderate calorie deficit usually works best, around 15 to 20% below maintenance. For example, if maintenance is 2,600 calories per day, a good target would be around 2,100 to 2,250 calories per day. Now consider someone who is already relatively lean with a body fat percentage between 10 and 15%. At this stage, aggressive dieting becomes much riskier. Recovery can suffer. Training performance may decline. The risk of losing muscle increases, and hunger becomes much harder to manage. For these individuals, a smaller calorie deficit is usually the smarter approach, around 10 to 15% below maintenance. For example, if maintenance is 2,500 calories per day, their target would be roughly 2,150 to 2,250 calories per day. And finally, for people with less than 10% body fat, the goal is no longer just losing fat. At this stage, bodybuilding becomes less about simple fat loss and more about carefully balancing performance, recovery, and muscle retention. Muscle gain in the surplus. If calories are the king of fat loss, what about bodybuilding? To build significant muscle, the body generally benefits from having enough available energy. The common mistake. Many beginners think more calories equals more muscle. In reality, a small surplus tends to maximize muscle gain relative to fat gain. A large surplus often adds unnecessary body fat. Recommended surplus. Lean bulk, 200 to 300 calories above maintenance. Moderate bulk, 300 to 500 calories above maintenance. If someone's maintenance calorie intake is 2,600 calories per day, a lean bulk would usually mean eating around 2,800 to 2,900 calories per day. This provides your body with enough extra energy to support muscle growth without creating an unnecessarily large calorie surplus. The goal is not to gain weight as fast as possible. The goal is to gain muscle as efficiently as possible. Why protein still matters? At this point, someone might ask, if calories are king, can I eat anything I want as long as calories are controlled? For body weight alone, calorie balance is extremely powerful. But for body composition, protein becomes critical. Protein provides the amino acids your body needs to repair muscle tissue, support recovery, maintain muscle while dieting, and build new muscle in response to resistance training. Based on current scientific evidence, a good daily protein intake for most people who lift weights is around 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. For example, if someone weighs 80 kilograms, their daily protein target would be approximately 128 to 176 grams of protein. This is why two people eating the exact same number of calories can end up with completely different physiques. They may be eating the same amount of energy, but if one person consumes more protein, trains more effectively, and recovers better, their results can be dramatically different. Same calorie, different protein intake, different training quality, different results. Calories create the energy environment. Protein helps determine how much muscle survives and grows within that environment. The cardio confusion. One of the biggest myths in fitness is that cardio is required for fat loss. Cardio is a tool, not a requirement. You can lose fat through different approaches. You can achieve fat loss with weight training alone. With walking alone, through sports and other physical activities, or by combining all of these methods together. Cardio helps because it increases calorie expenditure, making it easier to create a deficit without reducing food intake excessively. Let's look at an example. Option A. You eat 2,000 calories, and your body burns 2,500 calories. This creates a calorie deficit of 500 calories. Option B, you eat 2,300 calories, but through additional activity, your body burns 2,800 calories. The deficit is the same. The second option may feel easier because the person gets to eat 300 more calories. This is why many successful fat loss programs combine three important strategies: strength training to help preserve muscle, walking or cardio to increase calorie expenditure, and calorie control to create the necessary deficit for fat loss. How to track calories properly. Tracking does not need to become an obsession, but accuracy matters. Use a food scale. Estimating portions by eye is usually far less accurate than people think. A tablespoon of peanut butter can easily become 2 tablespoons, doubling the calories. Track the raw weight when possible for foods like rice, pasta, oats, chicken, and potatoes. Tracking the raw weight is often more consistent because cooking changes water content. Read nutrition labels carefully. Pay attention to important details such as the serving size, calories per serving, protein content, carbohydrates, and fats. Use a tracking app. Popular calorie tracking apps include Chronometer, MyFitnessPal, MacroFactor, and Lose It. The specific app matters less than consistent logging. What about calories burned during exercise? Fitness watches and gym machines often display calorie burn numbers, but these values are estimates, not precise measurements. why they can be inaccurate. They may not fully account for individual differences such as your body's efficiency, muscle mass, heart rate variability, exercise technique, or the amount of rest you take between sets. A smartwatch might say you burned 700 calories, while the true value could be 500. Because of this, experienced coaches usually avoid eating back all exercise calories. A smarter approach is to focus on the bigger picture. First, estimate your maintenance calories. Second, set your calorie intake based on your specific goal, whether that is fat loss, muscle gain, or maintaining your physique. Third, keep your daily activity level relatively consistent. And finally, adjust your calorie intake based on your actual body weight trends and progress over time. Your body weight trend is more trustworthy than a treadmill screen. The power of NEAT. This may be the most underrated section of the entire documentary. Imagine two people. Person A trains hard for 60 minutes, but spends the remaining 15 hours of the day sitting and barely moving. Person B also trains hard for 60 minutes, but throughout the day they walk 10,000 steps, stand more frequently, move around at work, and stay active by doing household tasks. Person B may burn 300 to 800 more calories per day without doing any additional formal cardio. Over a month, that could equal 9,000 to 24,000 calories. That is potentially 2.5 to 7 pounds of fat difference. This is why increasing daily movement is often one of the easiest and most sustainable fat loss strategies. Simple, neat targets can look like this. Around 6,000 steps per day can provide a good foundation for basic health and daily movement. Around 8,000 to 10,000 steps per day can provide strong support for fat loss by increasing your daily calorie expenditure. And for many active individuals, walking is not glamorous, but it is one of the most effective calorie-burning tools available. Why diets appear to work? Keto works, low-fat works, intermittent fasting works, Mediterranean works, high-carb bodybuilding diets work. How can all of them work if they are so different? Because successful diets usually help people achieve one of two things. One, they reduce calorie intake. Examples: fasting shortens the eating window. Keto removes many calorie-dense foods. Low-fat diets reduce energy density. Structured meal plans reduce overeating. 2, they improve adherence. A diet only works if a person can follow it consistently. The hidden mechanism behind most successful diets is not magic. It is sustained calorie control. This is a crucial message for your audience. The best diet is the one that allows you to consistently control calories while meeting your nutritional needs and maintaining your training performance. Real-world bodybuilding example. Let's compare 3 lifters. Lifters of the same age, same height, following the same training program, and with the same genetics for simplicity. Lifter number 1, uncontrolled bulking. This person believes that eating as much as possible is the fastest way to build muscle. They consume around 4,500 calories per day, but their maintenance level is only 2,700 calories. After several months, they may gain some muscle, but they also gain a significant amount of body fat. Their insulin sensitivity may decrease, and the future fat loss phase becomes much more difficult. Lifter number 2, a controlled lean bulk. This person takes a more strategic approach. They eat around 2,950 calories per day, keep their protein intake high, and focus on progressive overload in the gym. The result? Slower but more controlled weight gain. a better muscle to fat ratio, and an easier fat loss phase in the future. Lifter number 3, cutting phase. This person is focused on reducing body fat while maintaining muscle. They eat around 2,200 calories per day, keep their protein intake high, and continue strength training. The result? Their body fat decreases, most of their muscle is preserved, and their physique can actually look significantly more muscular, even though they are losing body weight. The difference between these physiques is not primarily the workout, it is how calories were managed relative to maintenance. Common calorie mistakes. Healthy foods don't count. Avocados, nuts, olive oil, granola, and peanut butter are nutritious, but they can also be very calorie-dense. Drinking calories, coffee drinks, smoothies, alcohol, juice, and sports drinks can add hundreds of calories with surprisingly little fullness. Weekend overeating. A person might maintain a 500-calorie deficit Monday through Friday. That adds up to a total deficit of 2,500 calories. But then, during the weekend, they consume an extra 3,000 calories on Saturday and another 3,000 calories on Sunday. That creates a total surplus of 6,000 calories. The weekly result becomes a surplus, not a deficit. Overestimating exercise. A 45-minute weight training session rarely burns the 1,000 calories that some people imagine. How to adjust calories based on progress. For fat loss. Losing more than 1.5% of body weight per week, increase calories slightly, or reduce activity. This helps preserve muscle. Losing 0.5 to 1.0% per week, excellent for most people. Losing nothing for 2 to 3 consecutive weeks, reduce calories by 150 to 300, or increase daily activity. For muscle gain, gaining less than 0.25% of body weight per week, add 100 to 200 calories. Gaining more than 0.75% per week, reduce calories slightly to minimize fat gain. This is how physique athletes make data-driven adjustments instead of relying on emotion. The psychology of calories. Some people resist calorie tracking because they believe it is restrictive, but understanding calories can actually be liberating. Without understanding calories, social events can become stressful, your progress can feel confusing and unpredictable. Normal weight fluctuations may seem random, and many people end up blaming themselves instead of simply adjusting their approach. But with calorie awareness, you begin to understand the connection between your actions and your results. You can still enjoy your favorite foods in moderation, plan for vacations and restaurant meals, and create a balanced approach where you have control instead of fear. The goal is not to track every gram forever. The goal is to develop an educated understanding of energy intake. So are calories the real king? After everything we've explored, we can finally answer the original question. If the goal is body weight change, calories are absolutely the primary controlling factor. If the goal is fat loss while preserving muscle, calories are the foundation, while protein, resistance training, sleep, recovery, and stress management determine how successful that fat loss will be. If the goal is bodybuilding, a calorie surplus provides the energy opportunity for growth, but muscle is built through progressive overload, sufficient protein, adequate recovery, and long-term consistency. So perhaps the most accurate statement is not, calories are the only thing that matters. Instead it is, calories are the foundation that every bodybuilding and fat loss result is built upon. Ignore the foundation and the entire structure becomes unstable. Master the foundation and every other tool becomes dramatically more effective. The fitness industry will continue to sell complexity. New diets will appear. New supplements will promise faster results. New training methods will claim to be revolutionary. But beneath all the noise, the human body still obeys the same fundamental law of energy balance. When you understand your maintenance calories, monitor your body weight trends, adjust intake according to your body fat level and goal, keep protein high, train with progressive overload, and stay active even outside the gym, you stop relying on fitness myths. You start making decisions based on evidence. And that may be the most important lesson in bodybuilding and fat loss. Calories decide the direction, training decides the shape, consistency determines how far you go. So the next time someone asks, "What's the real king of bodybuilding?" the honest answer is, not the flashiest supplement, not the trendiest diet, not the hardest workout, but the invisible force that influences every breath, every step, every meal, every workout, and every transformation: calories. If you found this documentary valuable and learned something new today, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more science-based videos about fitness, nutrition, and the human body. Share this documentary with someone who is trying to build muscle, lose fat, or better understand their body. Because the more we understand the science, the better decisions we can make for our health and fitness. Thanks for watching.